Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item on the agenda is a public comment. Matt, did you sign in?
Yes, sir.
What can we do for you?
The question I originally brought to Larry that I'm bringing you guys is that the rec center, we've, for the last 2 years, consistently used the upper building of the rec center for practices in inclement weather. Since David Lyons has stepped out from up there, my question was, who do I need to contact? What process do I need to follow to regain access to that building?
What, my thoughts gathered up here. You're talking about the barn? What kind of I'm assuming you guys take care of the utilities in the barn while you're using it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, in terms of utilities, you mean in terms of electric bill and that kind of thing?
The gas bill for the
There is
heat?
no gas bill. There's no heat there. We brought our own.
You brought your own?
Yes, sir.
What, how much time are you talking about using it at?
Only in inclement weather at this point. We originally used it last year through the winter and some training scenarios. And we paid a weekly or a monthly fee to the rec center at that point. That progressed to Little League, which now has the rec center under their policy of insurance, as well as ASA is now sanctioned that area. And we used it for the first 2 weeks of Little League, trying to get our 15 practices in, guaranteeing that we could have. Basically, the only time we use it at this stage right now is for inclement weather, when it's raining. And obviously, the complex is pretty full with the college events that are going on. So,
Our only concern is, as commissioners, and as well as the rec center, we had some huge utility bills there last year. So just as long as, I don't want to be in trouble to work something out, as long as those, in the verbiage, whatever utilities are used by you all, of course, the cost you guys will incur.
I wouldn't have a problem with that. The only utilities that we use is the 5 light switches on the building.
Okay.
That's it. We don't use as far as I'm aware, the heaters don't even work, which was part of the debate last year, because there was an implication that we were using the heat in the building, which they physically didn't work. So we could not have used them even if we wanted to, but secondarily that we brought in our own large jet heaters that we use.
Larry, you got something to add to this?
I don't mind playing it, like if there's a flat rate fee, some kind of agreement, and I guess that's what it comes down to, is what needs to happen. Or if you need $100 a month to use it, then that's what you need. But
That's a discussion we need to have out at the rec center where I can look at things from before.
Okay.
Being an outsider and not being on that board, I would think a compromise would just be, you don't know how often we use it, but would be a daily rate. If you only use it one time a week versus,
Yeah, no problem.
I think that would be more fair and equitable for everybody, just a per day diem.
I think that what I discussed with Larry, the issue a year and a half or so ago was that we had made an agreement, specifically Desi Garrett had made an agreement on a monthly rate. And when that started out, we were using it 2 days a week at most, for an hour. 1 hour, and it was just working with specific girls individually. Well, we continued that monthly rate with them, and then it progressed into Little League where we were using it 5 days a week. And then the board suddenly had an issue because they felt that we were, in their minds, I guess, abusing the agreement, and we just came back and said, look, we're paying you flat rate by the month, as agreed. So now we're kind of in the backup and regroup mode.
Well, if they went into that agreement though, only counting when you're using it 2 days a week, and then you started using more than 2 days a week, that would
There
make
was
a
no,
difference.
there was no original agreement on how many days we would use. We just said, can we rent the building for the month of May? And it just changed from when we were doing it as an individual winter training to Little League use.
Well, a per day deal would take care of it. Yeah, that was all.
Agreed.
I can get with you as quickly as tomorrow. If you want, we can meet out there, get something figured out, because I definitely, I mean, not to involve that board. Because where everything falls back on, but they are the governing body there. So, what is your contact information?
807-0583.
What's the status on the new director, Brian? You're advertising
Yeah.
currently for 2-3 weeks, or you got a deadline?
Closes the 11th,
This first time, yeah.
4 p.m. Friday.
So, let me touch base with the board here, and I'll get back with you sometime tomorrow evening.
Okay.
Okay?
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Open bids and award project for emergency management services roof replacement.
Sharpen the mic since you gave me such grief the last time. God asked to borrow your knife, shouldn't complain about how dull it should be.
I'm off my game a little bit this evening, because that was today. Can't give Mr. Chapman the hard time I usually do. You don't know the difference.
Oh, yeah. Well, they all bid on the same thing.
We have one bid for $17,985. We have one bid for $11,117.60. And we have one bid for $9,300. And it looks like the bid will be awarded to Scott's Enterprises from Weston for $9,300.
Move to award the bid to Scott Enterprises.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Who were the other bidders?
Who were the other bidders? One of them was L&R Builds Incorporated. They're the ones that did $17,985. and L Contracting was the middle bid. Award the Gilmer County Recreation Center pool repair project. We had two bids. One was L Contracting. The other one was New Generation Pools. L Contracting has asked to respectfully withdraw their bid. So I would move that we award the bid of the pool resurfacing to New Generation Pools.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
How much?
Telling you, Dave, I'm not with it today. $78,472.
And they did qualify, right? In the last meeting, you said you're gonna check to make sure that they
Right.
qualify.
Yes.
Thank you.
Did they give us a timeline on that? Can they start immediately?
They called me yesterday and wanted to know how quickly they can start to put things in place. The day before. And Cindy called up and had them send us a contract. So, as it stands right now, we're scheduled to be, everything will be open on time.
Check to get our finances in place before we sign that one. But we meet often, maybe we could do that by.
Yeah. Is there other business coming before the commission?
Move to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?